Bye-bye. Are we going to go to documents? No. Okay. So, another demonstration is in order, right? Mm, what email can I use this time? No, why not? Mm, all right, so let's click on next. Oh, now this we need to be mindful of, yes? Right? So you also have an option to choose your teachers, right? So it could be as many as this or as little as this. All right. Um, yeah, could be this. No, just to be clear, let's that's a good question. Okay, so why not? Um, yeah. All right, let's click on next. All right, I forget. See, you can do, yeah. I know why I did this. I did this because I'm not teaching on Monday and Friday. So anybody who's teaching on Monday and Friday will be a representative of We Still Learn. It won't be me. It won't be me. Right, so here we go. You have online preference and face-to-face preference, right? Now let's see. If we do this, you can deselect that as well, right? So that's your face-to-face, and you'll select one of the two, right? You can do that. And then if it's online, you can just deselect that and then just pick any of these three, right? Um, oh, right. Yeah, this is to make time available for, yeah, yeah, yeah. This makes a lot of sense. I just remembered why I had set up this Google form to look like this because there are going to be Mondays and Fridays that people will be teaching where I will not be doing that particular timetable, right? So yeah. So this is perfectly fine. And you can leave it like this and move on to the next. See? Now, if you filled out the 9 to 11, you will ignore the adults section, right? So you can literally press next on this. And then you just select your two options here. If you want to enter a bank that okay, right. So if you want to enter some other bank other than that, you can do this. You can do that. Or you can do that. Yeah. All right. So let's see what happens. And there you go. Now, if you want to enter someone else under your name, use the same email after pressing submit another response. So when you do this, come back here and you type back the email that you had before. Yeah? Just like what I'm doing right now. This is just an example. And if you're an adult, what you're going to do is you're going to write your name here. You're going to write your name down here twice. Right? Let's see. Now, once you've copied your name twice, you're automatically going to select the adults, right? Now, of course, you can decide how many of the subjects you're doing, right? Click on next. Click on the days. Entirely up to you. You can do face-to-face or online. I'm sure I should make an option for both. But yeah, I guess I'll make that adjustment. I'll make that adjustment when necessary. But yeah, I think for the most part, most people might go for online, considering that a portion of the teachers that will be working will still learn. A good percentage of them will be online. And that's just to facilitate as many people as possible. You know, I mean, it's easier to teach 30 or 40 people at once if you're online, or even 10 to 20 people at once if you're online. All right, that's a little bit easier. But you try doing that in a small classroom, yes, as the British say, it's kind of techy, you know. Yeah, that's what that's going to be. So we selected face to face, so we'll ignore this. I will go straight to this, right? Or if we're doing it all the way around, we will deselect this and we will select one of these, right? So that's important for us to make note of, right? So just so we're aware, right? If you're online, select online. If you're face to face, select down here and ignore right here. Yeah. So that's very important. Yeah. So if we're not going to be doing online, yeah, then go to face, select your face to face time. Yeah. And ignore that. Yeah. Now, that was fun. Right. So anyhow, let's move on to the next page. This page 2. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Look at what you see. I made a let's go back. Let's go back. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me where I went wrong. Tell me where I went wrong. Apart from letting the truck get into the audio, right? Where did I go wrong? Now remember, if I am going to be an adult who puts their name here, and I put out the adult thing here, I have to do what? When I get to the next page, I need to deselect all of this. We're not going to fill out anything in the 9 to 11, right? So we're leaving this blank. So if you're an adult, leave page 2 blank. If you're a student in high school, leave page 3 blank, right? So let's remember that. All right, so we're just, fooling around. There we go. All right, next. There we go. All right, so we have every 2 weeks. And we have this. Yeah. And remember, well, I can't deselect anything now. It's a required field. So yeah, just remember you have to answer these two, right? You have to answer those. And there we go. Right? There we go. Yeah. No, I may create a PEP form for We Still Learn. That is if there's a demand for PEP at We Still Learn. You know, I'm getting the feeling that most of our teachers are going to be working online. Most of them. And it would make sense. We're not saying that we don't accommodate face to face because we do, right? But I would wager that for the benefit of teachers that would not necessarily make it to the same location, or for those who don't have a venue, your best shot is to work online, right? So it's one of the reasons why I spend so much time using Zoom to do a lot of these streams. This way I can do things that would not have been possible with a regular life. So now I can do things like, you know, I can do this, you know, I can do this, I can do this and this, right? As well as I can erase them, right? So this is yeah, that, that, that. Yeah. So believe it or not, I'm actually killing time. I am killing time. Um, so let's see. 12:05, yeah, at 25 30, 30, and then 12:30 to yeah, so I have 12 minutes. 12. All right. So oh, I forgot to erase my arrow here. So let's see. All right, so let us try and press next. Oops, that's our required field. All right, so we're going to go with yes, why not? All right, yeah, this is kind of fun to do. All right, let's press next again. Oh, look at that. All right, so I have to put in the student's name. Why not? And this is obviously grade 9 to 11, which means that if you're a parent, you're automatically selecting grade 9 to 11, right? So once we know how to separate the first from the second, right? That means if we select grade 9 to 11, we're going to ignore page 3. If we select adults, we're going to ignore page 2, right? That, that's a necessity, right? And if we're only doing English A and B, right? Now, I may make adjustments to this section here depending on the number of teachers we have, right? Depending on the number of teachers we have, we may have quite a, right? Quite a. So let's work this out. Now, as a parent, we just filled out grade 9 to 11, so we're going to fill out this part. And then, of course, what do we do when we get here? What do we do when we get here? We ignore page 3 because we're not adults, so we're ignoring page 3. Had it been the other way around, we would have ignored page 2 because we're not high school students. Just putting that out there. And just like that, just like that. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Not a thing else. Nothing else. So, yeah, I did that with about 8 minutes to spare. Yeah, yeah. I thought I was going to have so much more to do. Really thought I was. No, yes, this is how I test my Google form, right? So let's press next and see what happens. There we go. Now I'm going to tell you what this is called. That right there, that right there is called exception handling. I'm trying to remember the reason why they called it that. Because what it does is, what it does is it says, what if somebody refuses to answer a question? So to answer the question is, what if somebody is trying to fill out your form and for some strange reason they're not filling it out properly and they're not paying attention to what's on the form? Well, the first thing you have an email here, right? So we can't make a move, cannot make a move until this is addressed. So let's move on. Oh, okay. And now we're at the very first page, right? So remember now, if you're an adult, if you are an adult, so if you're an adult, you go here, write your name here, and you write your name here as well. Right. And then all the other questions you can handle that. Okay. So what if we decided that we're going to do this as an adult? What do we actually do? What do we do? Okay. So, in order for us to identify as an adult, write our name down twice. Because you will be the parent of yourself. All right? So you're the parent and the student. Right? And then, of course, if you did that, then you can select this. Right? This would not be correct. So just remember, if you wrote down your name two times, you have to select adults. Right? You have to. Select the teachers. No. The question is, can I fill out anything here? The answer is no. If I'm an adult, I ignore page 2. If I'm in high school, I ignore page 3. So let's press on next. And now we make the selections. There we go. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, these are not sorry, not preferred. I meant to say these are not compulsory or mandatory, right? All right, so what do we do here? We just make any of the two selections, yeah? Can't submit one without the other. And then